Dude.
Hopefully we can try to get most of it done by then, if not all of it.
My name is Braden Miller,
I'm Davin Ross.
and we are here at Sugarbush Farms for the 34th Annual Maple Syrup Festival.
I have no idea how much they could be.
It's looking really busy out here. There's a lot of people out here enjoying the vendors. Many different things you can buy.
A lot of fun stuff since last time I was here. I've heard this is actually your first time here, Braden.
It is.
What do you think so far about that?
It's really cool. There's a lot of different things you can get. You can get mugs, beanies, candles, and of course syrup as well.
And it sure is cold out here, guys.
It
Make
is
sure to
freezing.
dress warm if you're going to show up.
Dude.
Hopefully we can try to get most of it done by then, if not all of it.
We're out here at the Maple Syrup Festival and we got the chance to interview one of the owners, Jen. So we would like to know how this came about.
So my dad bought the farm in the 70s and started the festival in 1992. We bought the farm from my parents in 2013, and so we're second generation of doing this, and I think we're at 34 years for the festival.
Cool. And with the cooler weather now, does this affect the maple syrup making process at all?
So it's actually good for it to be cold. Warm days are hard, so we'd rather it be frozen than 70 in February. Obviously, everything's frozen right now, so we're not collecting sap at the moment, but we think the next 2 weeks are going to be really big for us.
Oh, cool.
And I've been dying to know. I know there's a lot of vendors that show up around these parts. So out of all this time, what has been like your favorite vendors that you've seen so far?
So obviously Midwest Trading Goods, who's the big tent right behind us, they're also our neighbors. And I always say that Julie, who lives up the hill, she's my syrup farming mom, so she takes good care of me. The kettle corn lady is very popular. I think everybody leaves with a huge bag of kettle corn, so those would be my two favorite.
All right, well, I know I'll be leaving with some kettle corn.
Yes.
So since the cool weather does help make the maple syrup, is that why you have the festival in February with the cooler weather?
Yeah, so our goal is to show people how to make syrup. So that's really how the festival originated, was just a desire to share our love of syrup making with people who might not otherwise have a chance to see it. Don't think we ever signed up for this cold of weather, but we're surviving. We're surviving.
Cool. And with the maple syrup, how many taps do you have around the farm?
We have about 2,500 trees, which gives us about 4,000 taps. So the smaller trees get 1 tap, the larger trees get 2 taps. And then we have multiple Amish neighbors who tap their trees. They have over 10,000 taps. So we partner together to provide all the syrup that you buy in the store.
And I'm just wondering, how much syrup would you say you guys produce, like on a yearly average?
It depends on the year. So some years are great, some years are not so great. It's all weather dependent. So on a really good year, about 500. On a lesser year, 300 or so. So we do buy quite a bit from our local Amish communities, like I said, to fill the demand for Indiana syrup.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you. And continuing with the cold helping with the making process, can you explain that a little bit and why the cold helps?
Yeah, so what we're looking for is freezing nights and thawing days, or a pattern of freezing and thawing, which changes barometric pressure, and it causes the sap to come up from the ground, or the water to come up from the ground through the roots of the trees where the sugar lives, and it pulls it up to the branches to feed the baby buds for the trees. And we're able to tap into the tree and take just a little bit of the sap out. So it's really that freeze-thaw pattern, but it needs to freeze quite a bit for the pressure to work correctly.
Cool. And thank you very much. I'm just wondering, what more can we do? What more info do you have about us ordering syrup, or more about what you do around here?
Yeah, so this is the first weekend of our annual festival. It'll be this weekend and next weekend, so March 1st and 2nd as well. It's always the last weekend in February and the first weekend in March. We have a huge selection of maple syrup and maple goodies in our store. And then our farm kitchen serves breakfast all day and chicken and pork chop and pulled pork in the afternoon. We have a bunch of food vendors. We have a full music lineup. We have over 50 craft vendors. We have a cowboy shootout. So there's a lot of stuff for the family to do all day. Outside of the festival, we have an active Facebook page, LM Sugarbush, and we post hours that we're going to be open at the farm during the year. And you can also order on our website, lmsugarbush.com.
Well, thank you very much. I can definitely say that this festival is one of my favorite colder activities.
I love that. I love that. Maybe we could just get a little bit of sunshine. That would be nice.
Maybe next time. That'd
Maybe
be a little
next
nice.
time, yes.
So I've noticed there's some squirrel posters around. What's up with that?
So during COVID, we were looking for contactless games that we could do instead of our contact games. And we came up with a squirrel hunt, which is legitimate because during the syrup making process, we have tubes that run between the trees so we can collect the sap. And real live squirrels chew on the lines. So we're always having people out in the woods hunt squirrels as much as possible. And so we thought we would give our guests a little taste of what we have to deal with, and we're going to send them on a squirrel hunt around the festival grounds. So I think there's 16 squirrels hiding around here that you can try and find.
Wow. That's cool. There are a lot of activities out here that
Lots
I've
of
noticed.
activities. And the fun part is a lot of them are free. So you can bring your whole family, you can spend the whole day out here. You could spend $1,000 if you wanted to, but you really don't have to spend much at all to enjoy the day.
Yeah, it's cool. This place is awesome. Well, thank you for letting us interview you.
Thank you for coming.
This is Braden,
This is Davern.
and we are live from the Maple Syrup Festival at Sugarbush Farms.
Thank you very
Back to
much.
the studio.
Hope to see you here.
Hopefully we can try to get most of it done by then.
My name's Braden Miller with Salem Lions News Network. We're here at Sugarbush Farms for the Maple Syrup Festival, and we're here interviewing Eddie with the Cowboy Posse.
Yep. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. A little
So-
cold today.
Yeah, we were wondering what type of stuff do you do here with the Cowboy Posse?
We do cowboy reenactment at small festivals, and this is one of our longest ones. We're here both weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and we will do 2 reenactments, cowboy reenactments at 12 and 3.
And what type of stuff like inspired you to start doing this?
I've always, since I was a kid, enjoyed westerns, and one day we met a guy that actually did this, and we joined up with him. Me and my partner here, Zeb, and we had him come out. We used to do a cowboy church, doing country music ministry, and they came in and did a church robbery, and they were short-handed. And we joined up with them to help them out, and started our own group.
Oh, that's really cool. What about you? What inspired you to start? The same thing?
Kind of the same thing. Like all the shows on TV when I was a kid were pretty much cowboy shows. Like I don't know if you know who Hoss Cartwright is. I've been finding out that most people who are 35 or less don't know who Hoss Cartwright is, but he was on a western when I was a kid, along with all other westerns. So grew up playing cowboys, and the toys were cowboys. The shows we watched were cowboys. So it just, this is a way a guy my age can just still play cowboy. So we get to shoot at each other on the weekend.
All right, and I'd like to ask, Is it the same group of actors every time that works this event?
Pretty much. I mean, we have about 50 members, and we usually average at least 15 to 20. Not always the same guys come in, do the work or some other things. They might make today, not tomorrow, but some others can make tomorrow, not today. So we are interchangeable, but there's good to have a big group that we can do that.
All right. And last time I was here, I did see the last event that you guys did, and I must say it was something to see. It was quite incredible.
Thank you. We like to feel like we are one of the best in the business around this area.
Yeah, there's one of our guys went on a tour and he was shooting with a lot of groups all over the country, and then he came back and said, you know what, we do this better than anybody I've seen. He said some of them say 500 words and shoot 3 bullets. We say a few words and shoot a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's the way
I
to do
should
it.
say they're not live ammunition. We have many grown people ask, do y'all use real bullets? Which, so now I just say, yeah, we do. There used to be 100 of us and we're down to 20. Would you like to join? And let them think about it a little bit. Like, that's not it's kind of a, can I say, stupid question.
But
Right.
we do throw a big loop. We have one boy lives down in Calvert City. One guy used to come up from down around Cave City, but we got a couple guys from Nashville that come up, and one girl lives up in Martinsville. That's a pretty good drive, and one guy lives over in Bennington, Indiana. He's got a pretty good drive. So some of them drive a pretty good piece to shoot out with us.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
About probably close to 15 years.
Yeah, getting close.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And
Keeps us young.
And I'd like to ask, I know last time I saw this, you guys were doing a lot of crazy things. Is there a lot of injuries that happen with like your guys' line of work?
Not really. I've never hurt myself falling. Most of my injuries were just normal life at work. I've gotten to where my shoulders are bad, and this year I'm playing, last year and this year, a good guy, so I don't fall. But I'm hoping I get to where I can fall again. It's always funner to be the bad guy.
It is fun. We had like one person in the whole time we've been doing this, because they slipped in the wet grass and they weren't planning to fall, that broke her collarbone. But in all the time we've been doing this, I mean, besides skinning a knee or something, nobody's ever gotten hurt. But yeah, we fell off roofs or downstairs, different things before, but most of the time, a bumper or bruise is about all that winds up happening.
Yeah. Well, we was actually falling on a mat, so not the ground, but on the mat.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you.
You're
I
very
appreciate
welcome.
you taking the time to talk with us.
Very great to
Hopefully
meet you
y'all
guys.
get to see the show after a while
Yeah.
and put a little video with it.
And this is Braden,
And this is Davern.
and we are at Sugarbush Farms for the Maple Syrup Festival, and we'll see you back at the studio. This has been Braden,
This is Davern.
bringing you all the action at the 34th Annual Maple Syrup Festival at Sugarbush Farms. Back to the studio.